Hey guys, this is Master of Flowers coming to you with a video response to Ander WWAD's video, your top 25 greatest superheroes. And he stipulated that it has to be superheroes, so, all those special comics like Sandman and stuff like that, those don't count. It's going to be like supers, so I pretty much stuck to DC and Marvel for my list. I have some bad guys on here and some good guys. And they're really not in any order. They just, as they popped into my head, I decided to just write them down. So the first person on my list is Spider-Man. Spider-Man has been a favorite of mine ever since I was a kid, from watching the cartoons and then collecting the comics as I got older. So he's just, I don't know, he's just that guy for me. Let's see. After that would be Captain America. Come on, how can you not like Steve Rogers? He's just, one of the greatest heroes ever. He's got a really cool shield that doesn't break. Next, as a lot of people might not know, is Shatterstar. He was part of X-Force back. I don't know if that was in the 90s or 80s. I don't know when it was. But, I like this guy. I like this dude. He fought with swords, and there was one of the first comics I saw him in. He was fighting against Deadpool, and Deadpool grabbed him from behind and said, "There's nothing you can do." And he takes his sword and he rammed it right through his chest to get Deadpool behind him. So, for stabbing yourself through the chest, that gets a vote for me to be on, a top 25 list. After that is, you can see a lot of a lot of Marvel guys here. Let's see, would be Colossus. Nothing like a body made of osmium steel. I when the new movies came out, I was kind of always hoping that they would really get into Colossus. I don't know why. It's just one of those really cool characters that I really liked. After that is the Flash. How can you not like the Flash? The guy can vibrate his molecules so fast he can pass through objects. I mean, that's pretty awesome power. After that, like Ander, Aquaman. When I was a kid and I was watching those, the Justice League from in the 1970s, whenever it was, a long time ago. I always thought Aquaman was cool, summoning all those, summoning all the fish to come and help him. And then when I got older, I was like, dude, that's such a lame power. It sucks ass so bad. But when they revamped him, and gave him the harpoon and made him look like a Norse warrior, I kind of I jumped on board again and said, yeah, Aquaman's cool again. Next is I have Robin from the what is it, Young Justice, from that cartoon. I don't know what incarnation of Robin that is, but the way they do that character up, he's pretty badass. I don't know how old is he. Was he like 14 or 15? And he kicks a lot of ass. So I like that character. After him, I have Cloak and Dagger. Drug addict mutants or altered human mutants that fight crime. I don't know why I got into that. I thought they were kind of a cool duo. One of them using, Cloak has that dark force powers, and she can light and they can teleport around. And I don't know, just a cool combination of characters. Next, I have let's see, Uatu, the Watcher. Come on, how can you not have him on your list? I mean, he watches everything, and he's super cool. He's got a giant bald head. That's gonna be awesome, right? I mean, if you get a bald head, you get 50 or 60 cool points just for that. Next, I have Beta Ray Bill. Now, people say, oh, Beta Ray Bill, he's just a Thor clone. You know what? Beta Ray Bill is way more than that. He was able to pick up Mjolnir. I mean, even Thor can pick up Mjolnir without the special gloves and girdle that he wears. This guy walks over, he just picks it up like nothing, starts beating the crap out of people. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, I think. Let's see, after Beta Ray Bill, I have Jean Grey. Whatever name that she's using now, I'm not really sure. I don't know. She's just the way her telekinesis powers are, and she's got minor telepathy. I always thought the character was kind of cool, and she's a girl, so you gotta have a few girls on your list. After Jean Grey, but White Queen. More for not because of her telekinesis powers, but because of she can turn her skin to diamond. That's I mean, I know there's another character called Diamond Lil, and she was pretty badass and stuff, but the White Queen can just do it, kind of at will. I think that's a pretty sweet power. Um, After White Queen, I got down here is Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is just one of those characters that, man, he's so cool. I mean, guy can stick on walls. He teleports around. Yeah, I mean, in the '80s they messed him up with the whole thing where he got hurt and he couldn't, bamf a lot of times. But you know, he gets props just for being able to teleport at will. I think that's one of the greatest things. And the fact that he has a, prehensile tail that lets him fight with three swords, that's pretty badass. After Nightcrawler, I have Magic. If you don't know who Magic is, she's dead now. Though I think they resurrect her. Anyways, she's the younger sister of Colossus. She had some cool mutant power to be able to open portals, and when she had opened one of these portals, she become kind of like a student of the demonic and magic art. So she's kind of like a mutant with magic abilities. I always thought she was kind of cool. They killed her off. I don't know why. Whatever. Marvel does weird shit. After, let's see, Magic would be Iceman. Now, when I grew up watching the cartoons before I even got into the comics, there was what was it, the Spider-Man and Friends, and that was Iceman, and I think Firestorm was the other person that was. Yeah, I think it was Firestorm. So I kind of had that built into me to like him, and then in the comics, when I think it was in X Factor, he went little nuts, and his mutant powers were so powerful that he had to wear a belt to inhibit them, to make them lighter and weaker. I think there was a point where he actually froze all of Manhattan. So I give him props for just being a super powerful, cold guy. Next on my list is Psylocke. More for Psylocke. Was it Betty Braddock? The secret agent. That's what I remember her from. And then when she joined the New Mutants, I always thought that was kind of cool. That you have this lady who's basically what she just did a mind link and kept them all together. And when that whole deal when all the mutants got separated and she got transported into her new ninja body, it sort of changed for me. But she could kick ass, so I guess that was pretty cool. Let's see. Now I start to get into some of my bad guys that I liked. Venom. I don't see how you can't like Venom. When he first came out, he was, it's more I think the Eddie Brock part of Venom is the part that I like the most. He just hates Spider-Man so much, and yeah, he's just a badass villain for sure. Next on the list, I have Magneto, the master of magnetism. Come on, I don't even have to say much more after that. Everyone knows who he is. Doctor Doom, come on, one of the greatest villains ever. The Kingpin. Now, whether you want to take Anders' new Kingpin that he has in his Mutant Masterminds, which is pretty badass, or take the old Kingpin, the 6'9", 450-pound sumo wrestler build who beats up martial artists 5 or 6 at a time just for the fun of it. That's the type of Kingpin that I see, and he's pretty badass. Green Goblin, Green Goblin's just awesome. He's just one of those villains that has a bunch of tragedy into him, regardless of which Goblin that you choose to like. Excuse me. This is another one that Andrew had on his list, the Blob. Nothing can stop the Blob. Basically, the Blob, let's see, he's a mutant who's got the power to stick to the ground. It's kind of like a psychic bond. I remember in a comic where the Hulk grabbed him, and though the Hulk couldn't move him, the Hulk picked him and all the ground under him up, which was pretty sweet to do. Besides that, he's just huge. He's just a huge big guy. He doesn't get any love, so he definitely needs to be on my list. He needs to be on everybody's list, not just mine. After him, I have the Joker. The Joker, more the Joker. Just the Joker in general. He's a pretty badass. I wasn't really thinking of the movies when I was thinking about it. I was actually thinking of the cartoon and Mark Hamill's voice and the way he does him. I always thought that was pretty sweet. But even in the comics, he's a pretty badass, and he's just insane. So that makes him cool in my book. Like Ander, I also chose Doomsday. He beat down Superman. Come on, he gets an automatic top 10 spot for kicking Superman's ass. After that, I have Juggernaut. Um, what else is there to say? It's been on the internet so much, you know. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. That's all you need to say. And then the last one on my list is the Black King. And if people don't know, he's a mutant who has the power to. He absorbs kinetic force and transfers it to strength. So the more you hit him, the stronger he gets. It's a pretty badass ability. He really wasn't around much, and he didn't do too much in any of the comics, but I always thought that his power was really cool, so he gets on my list just because of that. So this is my list. You guys can't have any list like this. This one is mine. Thanks for watching, Andrew. Thanks for creating the list. Putting that out there. I think that's a great way to get a bunch of people to do videos together. Hopefully, some people take advantage of it, and not just me. All right. Have a good night, guys.